Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Trip and Wendy are eager to spend their first Christmas together at Shin boarding house. Since the rest of her family is halfway around the globe, Wendy is glad they are together. Trip enlightens him about Chinese customs and inquires about her typical holiday celebrations. Wendy also shares anecdotes from her childhood with Lai. She wishes she could express her love and pride for Lai to him. Salon in Constantine's room. Theresa receives a call from a furious Constantine. Brady pub. Xander meets Alex outside the bar. He labels Alex a screw-up and makes fun of Bella Magazine's slow sales. He believes that when Maggie first shut it down, she made the proper choice. Alex does not believe it is wise to follow the former gardener's business advice. To make Maggie happy, Xander proposes that they set aside their disagreements for the holiday season. With a sneer, Alex leaves. Maggie and Sarah cross paths in Horton Square. Before going to Doug and Julie's house, she is taking in the activities in the plaza. She expresses to Sarah her intense longing for Victor. At that precise moment, Constantine exits the inn and listens in from behind the Christmas tree. Sarah questions whether Maggie's increased lack of Victor is a result of Constantine moving out. Maggie disputes the claim, but Sarah persists. She claims that Constantine should have left. She settled Constantine's debts as a way to honor Victor's memory. Beyond that, nobody or anything is worth endangering her family. Maggie feels she should go shopping more. Sarah needs to check in with Xander before she can participate, so she leaves. Maggie requests to talk about Titan when Alex gets there. She presses ahead despite his resistance and inquires about the financial concerns surrounding Bella Magazine's resuscitation. She also talks about Theresa's lack of qualifications to oversee the relaunch. Without replying, Alex states that he believes Theresa and he should skip Christmas dinner. Maggie pushes back, but Constantine keeps taking everything in as Alex says he's out and walks away. Maggie is self-scolding as Constantine comes over. She was unaware that he remained in the city. Constantine makes up the story that he returned from a family vacation. She grudgingly accepts when he requests to treat her to some eggnog. Park. Theresa rejects Constantine's appeal as she sits by herself. Andrew suddenly appears, squeal. They embrace, but it's obvious that Andrew has awful news. He has been looking into Sarah's baby's abduction. After examining the evidence, he is certain that she is the one who abducted Victoria. Theresa reluctantly acknowledges that it is her after he gives her the photo. She had a flashback to the moment just before the kidnapping because he wants to know what she was thinking. Andrew describes how John and Steve believe there is a connection between Constantine and the Greek mafia, which makes him wonder even more about Theresa's role. She verifies Constantine's role in the kidnapping and describes how she got to know him. She clarifies that the Greek mafia is not engaged while also explaining his desire to create an opportunity to save the child. Theresa claims that she consented to assist in an effort to act as Maggie's matchmaker. It sounds precisely like something Theresa would get herself into, according to Andrew. He questions why he ought not to report her. Theresa expresses regret for her actions. Though he has heard this tale numerous times, Andrew finds her convincing. He promises to inform Shane, Steve, and John that he was unable to have the picture cleaned up. Theresa is promised by him to stay away from Constantine and to always clean her nose. He swears that won't be his last time filling in for her. Andrew then bids her a Merry Christmas and walks out. Theresa is distraught when Alex runs into her at the park. Jod is frustrated that the abduction of Victoria hasn't been solved, according to Salem Police Lobby. Rafe believes that because the baby has already returned home, she ought to treat herself. He asks her whether she has made up her mind to move in with him, changing the subject. Jada claims she has been considering her options. After learning about Stephanie's separation with Chad, she became interested in moving in with him. The circumstance brought back memories of her failed relationship with Bobby. Yes, the ex-husband has a name. Jada wishes to avoid making the same errors twice. Jada wishes Rafe is aware that she isn't quite prepared to make that specific move. When she decides to move in, Rafe wants her to be prepared and says he's good. She wonders if they can still have sleepovers and thanks him for his understanding. In agreement, Rafe gives her a present. Jada's house keys are now in his possession. Brady Pub. Xander and Sarah discuss Victoria. For her very first Horton Christmas, she wants to bring the infant to Doug and Julie's house, where Victoria should spend the evening, and the next morning is a topic they debate back and forth. Wendy receives a call from her obviously upset mother. After hanging up, she informs Tripp that her mother wants her to return to China and that her father's health is deteriorating. Jada wants to go get all naked with Rafe at the house. After that, they leave. Sarah believes that since Victoria will only have her first Christmas, they should spend Christmas Eve and day together. He fears that Doug and Julie, especially Julie, won't want him around. Sarah feels confident that all will be well. Konstantin enchants Maggie with a tale from their early years about Victor. Maggie doesn't know the story because he didn't talk much about his early years and because Konstantin probably made it up. She inquires about his holiday plans and extends an invitation for him to join Doug and Julie for the trimming of the Horton tree. Not surprising anyone, he agrees. When Theresa claims to Alex that the stress of the holidays is getting to her, she is lying. He informs her that they have reservations at the bistro and won't be spending Christmas at Maddie's. Theresa agrees, but notes that she needs to go shopping first. They decide to get together later. Theresa receives a call from Konstantin reminding her how hard his presence can make her life. She declares that she will no longer assist him in any way regarding Maggie. Konstantin promises to assist if necessary, acknowledges her fear this morning. Stephanie requests that they keep this private and move on from it. Harris claims that's not possible. If he wants to be in her life, he must tell Ava this. He cannot keep it a secret from her. Although she thinks he's a wonderful man, she wishes he had the same dark secrets as everyone else in Salem. She thinks highly of him and hopes him well with Ava. As Stephanie leaves, Harris summons Ava for a meeting. In the square, Stephanie bumps into Alex, who laughs that it seems like he's running into everyone he knows these days. Chad shows up out of nowhere. Well, teaching Victoria may not be the most noble profession, but she needs to find a way to support herself. Well, she doesn't actually. We're confident that Victoria won't have to work a day longer than she wishes to after Xander receives his share of Victor's substantial fortune. In any case, perhaps Xander could at least show her how to smuggle gems. Everyone needs to have a pastime after all. Thanks for watching if you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.